I'm Barrett Meeker. I'm the developer of a game called Homesick, and this is my PAXEast sort of report video. So myself and my partner Morgan Wyan, we took our game to PAX, which was the biggest show that we've done yet. We did it through the Mega Booth, which helps you out with some of the paperwork and gets you like a really good spot, and yeah, that was really nice. And yeah, it was the first time we actually had a full booth. So we got a 10 by 10 booth, and we had our setup plan. The way we set it up was we got two tables because we had our booth was situated in the corner. So we got two tables, and we had them form like an L, and on each of the tables then we were going to have two computers. Unfortunately, two of the computers that we brought did not work, so we ended up with just two computers total instead of four. But it was okay. Maybe not the best, but it was okay. Alienware actually provided one of those computers, so that was really nice of them, and the other computer was my laptop, and then we had screens for them. In addition then to the L shape, at the outside corner of our booth, we had a 50-inch TV that we put on a stand that we got through Mega Booth and the convention itself. And on that 50-inch TV then we had a gameplay loop of gameplay footage that I had edited together to create like a sort of a 5-minute looping video showing off like different environments and stuff of the game. I felt like it was particularly important because people that were playing the game there would only see like the beginning environment, and I didn't want people to think that the whole game looked exactly the same. I mean, it kind of all looks relatively the same, but there's some environmental differences, you know, like there's the gym area and stuff. So I wanted to show that stuff, and the video ended up probably being the biggest draw to our booth. The video playing on the television, people would walk by and they would see the video and they would stop, and yeah, then they'd want to know more. We also then had a big banner behind the television. I think it was a 7 feet by 3 feet that just said Homesick on it. I couldn't think of what else to put on the banner, so it just said Homesick. Then we had 2 tablets that we got. They were like 9-inch tablets, and we had them on little stands, and we had one tablet at the end of each of the tables. And on the tablets then we were running a email sign-up app where you could put your email in, and the tablet said, you know, sign up to get an email when Homesick is released. So it was kind of self-explanatory, but we'd also point people to them saying like, oh cool, are you interested? Like, if so, go and sign up on one of the 2 tablets. And that worked really well. I think we collected a lot of emails, and the nice thing about doing it that way over a written list is we won't have to try and read people's handwriting, and yeah, hopefully it was easy enough for people to enter. Then around the tablets we had these postcards. We got these postcards made. They're just normal postcard size, and we kind of had fun with it. The back is also kind of postcard-like, and yeah, it has game info though as well. And they're an actual like postcard size, so I think you can mail them. You should be able to. We thought postcard size was better than business cards because they wouldn't get sort of lost in people's bags like quite so easily. And this kind of venue, it felt like more like this kind of flyer size would work well versus just business cards. And so I got 2 variations printed, you know, just because, yeah, felt more fun. So we had big stacks of these because we brought 10,000, which was way too many actually. We ended up only handing out 2,500. But yeah, I don't know, something you learn. We heard from somebody that they handed out 11,000 business cards, so I thought, oh, better get like 10,000 postcards. But for whatever reason, we did not hand out as many as they did, I guess. It still felt like we handed out a lot though, but yeah. So then one problem we had was our people would stop because they would see the television footage, and then they would want to know more about the game. And to a lot of people, it looked like a horror game. I think just, our setting and everything, and they couldn't hear the music, because we didn't have any audio on the television, so they couldn't hear the music until they sat down and played on the computers, which we had headphones for each of those. But so a lot of people would ask us like, "Oh, this looks cool. What is this? What kind of game is it?" Some people thought it was like a survival horror or various things. So I would say, "Oh, it's a mystery puzzle exploration game," and that seemed to kind of quickly get the idea across. So a few days into the convention, or maybe one day into it, we ended up writing that on the back of some of the postcards we had and putting that under the television, and that helped a lot because we were kind of losing our voices, like having to answer that question to a lot of people. So in retrospect, that was something maybe I could have put on the banner, or I could have had something more nicely like printed to put under the television. We did have some kind of nicely printed things. We had like under each of the monitors, we had a thing like that I printed before I left that said press escape to see the controls and to restart a new game. And even just having that little piece of information made the kind of made the booth like run itself a little bit more than it otherwise would have. So that was really nice. So the first day, unfortunately, I was very sick. The first day of PAX. I got sick right before I left to Boston, and then we took a red-eye flight there to get there the day before to set up, and I was very sick. So the first day, we were just sort of waiting for it to end. Actually, we were counting the minutes. And the first day we just let people play as long as they wanted. It wasn't as crowded. The second day I was feeling better. We got a lot of sleep the night before, and then the second day our area got a lot more crowded. I heard that people first go to all the big booths on the first day, and also the first day is a Friday, so maybe there's just less people there. I don't know. But the second day, then we had people say, "Hey, where's the line?" And so we had to start a line. And we also stopped letting people just play as long as they wanted because that felt unfair to the people waiting in line. And so we started, I started timing people on my cell phone, and I would just do a 5-minute time. We tried 10 minutes at first, but I just felt so bad when people were waiting in line that it felt like maybe 5 minutes is better, and that felt pretty good actually. I worried that people would be upset that we were kicking them off, but they seemed okay with it actually. Like I think they understood that it was sort of for the good of the line and to let people play more. And that also worked well into the third day as well. And so even with the 5-minute timer going, we had people playing the entire time basically, and we probably even had a line half the time. It was an amazing crowd. Like that was probably my favorite part of it. Is like by the end of the third day, we were sad that it was ending, because it was the first time that we had really shown to a crowd that felt like it was 90% other players. versus normally it feels like half media, half game developers, and this felt like just such a neat mix of like people. There were, young people and old people and moms with their daughters and fathers with their sons, and it was such a cool mix of people, and like so many people dressed up. It was really neat. So many people dressed up, and the atmosphere was great. I had never been to a PAX before, and yeah, it was really neat. I wished I had gotten a chance to go play some of the other games, but we were quite busy. And yeah, like like every day we would get people coming up and telling us like how pretty the game was, and it felt so invigorating, um, because after working on something like this so long, you kind of get a little bit like jaded about it almost, and you start wondering like, I don't know, like, is anybody even gonna like this? Is this something that's really that good? But just like seeing people's like faces light up, it was really neat, and it felt really emotional. There were a few times like towards the end that Morgan and I just kind of started almost like tearing up. It just felt like such a special thing. There was one point where a boy came up to me. He was maybe like 9, and for whatever reason, he instantly reminded me of myself when I was his age, and he looked up at me and asked if Homesick was a horror game, and uh, I worried that, oh, is that what you were looking for? But I told him no, it's kind of more of a mystery game, and his face just like lit up, and it felt like, oh wow, like cool, that's that's somebody that I'm making this game for, and it felt like somehow I was like, wow, I'm making a game that my younger self would have liked to have played when I was his age, and it felt like I was getting approval from my younger self about what I was doing now, and it just felt special. I mean, the whole event felt really special. Regardless of just getting our name out there and all that stuff that's supposed to be good for and PR, it just felt like a really emotional, like really special time. And my partner Morgan, I think she really enjoyed it as well, and we both just had such a great time. It was really tiring though, also, but it was worth it. So yeah, that's my PAX. My little PAX report video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, I might try and do more of these. I don't know. Yeah, thanks to Morgan. We're Lucky Paws, and we're making the game called Homesick. Thanks for watching. Bye.